Tumaas ang tensyon sa naganap na hearing sa Senado nang mapag-usapan ang pagsusuot ng face mask at ang hindi pagpapakita ng nameplate ng mga pulis. Panoorin ang kaganapan.
Bakit mag-checkpoint ka, palagi naka-mask, kailangan, tapos hindi makita yung pangalan? Yun lang sa akin. We must be friendly. Very intimidating, sir. I tell you, police ako. But at the same time, I am local, I'm a Davao local. Alam ko yung pararamdaman ko. Kaya pwede ba tayo mag-adjust na para maging friendly naman yung police? We're not stopping your checkpoint operations. You can check out anytime you want, anywhere you want. But please, do it in a manner that you are not antagonizing the community. Yun lang pag-iusap ko.
Konting ano lang, Your Honor, konting consideration lang with the policemen. Kasi they've been there, exposed to the pollution of the,
Don't tell me that, you don't tell me that reason. So, ako, alikabok. Alikabok, nakamas kayo. Kayo lahat nakamas palagi, 24/7. Pag nag-checkpoint, that's very, hindi ko matanggap yung rason mo na yan. Is it part of the uniform? No.
Your Honor, I'm telling the truth, Your Honor. That's why I'm here. But
Wag mo akong sabihan. Nag-checkpoint rin ako ng yung dinaanan nyo ngayon, dinaanan ko rin yan. I'm just wondering bakit lahat ng police ay naka-mask, which is very intimidating. Lahat ng sabihin ninyo, i-address nyo sa chairman and not to each other.
If I may, Your Honor. If I may.
Yes.
The problem with the statements of Secretary Abalos, he being a lawyer, is that he quoted verbatim the allegations in the affidavit complaint, which is now actually on trial before two courts, Your Honor. So that is clearly improper because the issue in this case is not the validity, the truthfulness, veracity of the contents of the affidavit complaint. What we are talking here is whether or not the use of force employed by the PNP in the service of such warrant was excessive. So therefore, to quote verbatim the allegations in the affidavit complaint, I think Attorney Abalos knows that it is improper in a Senate proceeding. That is proper during the trial of the case, Your Honor. And that is also unfair on the part of Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy, who cannot actually also state his portion. The fact that even the date, September 1 of 2014, was not even the tribute to the king. It was actually August 29, 2014. And that in itself is untruthful. And the fact that she was allegedly forced, we could not say here that her father was in fact present during that time. And she did not even report that to his father or to her father, Your Honor. All of these matters, Your Honor, the merits of the case, specifically the actual allegations in the affidavit complaint, should not be stated because those are uncalled for and are not covered by the investigation in of the Senate, Your Honor. That is
Mr. Chair, may I comment?
ordinary rules of fairness.
Let him finish.
I will just
Secretary Abalos, let him finish. You
Or-
have your time.
Ordinary rules of fairness and decency require that, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, may I?
Okay, you can respond, Secretary Abalos.
Mr. Chair, sana nakikinig lang siya, no? I mean, lahat naman tayo may tenga at naka-record to. Klarong-klaro sinabi ko, hindi ko sinight yung nasa kaso. Ang sinight ko yung dito sa Senado mismo. Dito yung hearing ni Senator Ontiveros ang sinight ko. Kaya nga yung sinasabi niya akusasyon, sana sumuko na. Sabihin mo sa kliyente mo, sumuko na, Mr. Chair. Please, I'm just asking you as an officer of the court para maklaro precisely so that we can hear his side.
With due respect,
Before you respond, Attorney Torion, I would like to say na yung sinasabi ninyo is you may claim it as relevant to the issue at hand, but it is not germane to the investigation that we are conducting right now. So it has already been recorded in the Senate hearings. So I think there's no use of for this investigation. It's not germane already.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
If I might finish kasi hindi ko pinatapos kaya hindi pa ako tapos kanina. Tatapusin ko lang. Pabayaan yung tapusin ko bakit ito may relasyon. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Bakit ito may relasyon? Klarong-klaro na huminto ang investigasyon. Huminto ang kaso. Sinasabi ni Atty. Terrio ng side ng kliyente niya, hindi tuloy masabi. Huminto ang investigasyon sa Senado. Huminto sa RTC Pasig, RTC Davao. Nakakagulo ngayon ang pulis para hanapin siya. Hanggang ngayon, hinahanap po siya. Ngayon, hinahanap ito, sasabihin natin, excessive force, lahat po ginagamit. Masisisi ang pulis. Pero, dinidian ng pulis, hanapin si Pastor Kibuloy, hanapin siya. My dear friends, Mr. Chair, this has a direct correlation. Bakit? Because ang akusasyon na binasa ko calls for a direct answer. Totoo ba ito, Pastor, o hindi? Kung totoo, sige. Inosente ka, pero kung ito'y hindi totoo, bilang ama, hindi dapat mangyari kung sino mang anak niya nangyari ito. Hindi dapat mangyari ito maski sa kapatid niya. Yun lang ho, hustisya lang. Dapat malaman natin ang totoo dito. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Thank you, Secretary Balos. You want to respond?
Good morning po.
Ms.
Good morning po
Cardona?
sa lahat.
Yeah,
Mr.
go ahead.
Chair, Senator Robin, sa lahat po na nandito. Maraming salamat sa muling pagdinig ngayon regarding po doon sa ang pinatawag itong committee na to, kung totoo bang excessive force po yung ginamit noong June 10, which even the former President PRRD said it would be recorded in history as a day of infamy because they attacked our compound unnecessarily using excessive force. Nagkataon lang, hindi nila nagawa yun kay Pastor, kaya they were not successful in doing so. Alam na natin po yung nangyari. Ang pangalawang tanong dito sa hearing na to, kung tama ba, legal ba yung bounty na 10 million para kay Pastor na hindi pa po siya convicted sa korte, yung binasa ng DILG, masakit pakinggan kasi walang katotohanan. Alam namin yon. Personally, 40 years kaming kasama ni Pastor. Kahit isa sa allegation na binasa ni Secretary Abalos dito sa Senado, sa korte nang galing, malicious bastos yon nang galing sa bibig niya. Sabihin ko rin, kasi nga allegation yon, walang katotohanan in behalf of the kingdom. Ang ngayon sa korte, pwede babalikan natin. Although bastos nga si Senator Abalos sa sinabi niya, kasi kinote niya yon dito sa committee, hindi naman kasali. Malicious nga. Pwede po balikan natin kung excessive ba yung force na ginamit nung June 10 kasi nandito yung ground commanders at kung legal ba ang pagpatong ng 10 million pesos sa ulat. Sinabi pa ni Secretary Abalos na wala siyang nahawakang pera, meron lang daw tumulong. Di ba ang tanong namin noon, sino itong private citizen na tumulong para mahuli si Pastor? May galit ba siya kay Pastor? Meron ba siyang, gusto ba niyang kunin si Pastor at patayin si Pastor? Kasi when you the bounty of 10 million pesos sa ulo ng isang tao na hindi convicted na kahit anumang korte dito sa pamahalaan o dito sa ating bansa, yun nga, mas masahol pa siya sa pinakamasahol na terorista at killer dito sa bansa. And Pastor Kibuloy, hindi pa siya convicted. Di ba sinabi na namin balik-balik kay Pastor? Meron na nakikialam na Amerika. O yan, sinabi din ni Secretary Abalos na conspiracy. Sa Amerika nanggaling yung korte, yung kaso, dinala dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya lang naman ang sabi lang talaga ni Pastor, haharapin niya ito. Haharapin niya. Kahit sa ang korte, haharapin ni Pastor. Gusto ni Pastor Kibuloy, harapin itong kasong to para matapos ng kasinungalingan. Kilala namin si Amanda, nakakahiyaman, babae siya, pinotektahan namin siya para hindi siya mapahiya sa mga allegations niya. Pero ganito kabastos itong dito sa Senado, tapos gagano nila aming Pastor,
Let's
take it sitting down.
tone down your
So
voice.
sir,
Tone down your voice.
kasi ganun din si Abalos. So
Mr.
sir ha,
Mr. Chair.
balikan natin yung excessive ba, nandito yung ground commanders. Gusto lang po
Yeah,
namin matapos yun.
Before I recognize Secretary Abalos, Roche, can you respond? Is putting a 10 million bounty on the head of Pastor Kibuloy legal? Yan ang tanong natin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
First
Yeah.
of all, let's just make a distinction between the term bounty and the term reward.
Okay, reward.
This is a
Reward.
reward, not a bounty. A bounty is for people who should be arrested because they are convicts of a crime or they have outstanding warrants of arrest. This reward covers many things, not just the arrest, but information on the whereabouts of the various accused, no? Kasama na din po doon si Pastor Kibuloy. Naghain po kami ng opinion sa committee na to, at doon sa opinion, sinabi naman namin doon na legal ang pag-alok ng pabuya o ng reward sa mga individual na makakabigay ng impormasyon upang maaresto na makakatungo sa aresto ng isang tao. Bakit po ito legal? Unang-una, kasama ito sa trabaho namin sa justice sector. Dapat namin ipatupad ang mga criminal laws natin at hindi ito mapapatupad kung ang mga akusado ay hindi matatagpuan. Bukod doon, maliwanag naman sa ating sistema na hindi bawal ang pabuya para mahanap ang isang akusado at madala sa husgado ang isang akusado. Kumbaga, marami pang ang batas na malinaw doon na maaring magbigay ng pabuya sa mga tao na nagbibigay ng impormasyon. Kasama dito ang National Internal Revenue Code, ang Customs Modernization Act, ang Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act. At di namin na-cite sa aming opinion, kasama din ng Anti-Terror Act dito. So kumbaga, hindi lang bawal magbigay ng pabuya. May mga batas talaga tayo na nagsasabi na maaari magbigay ng pabuya.
Okay, next question. Kung ang pabuya, how about the source of the reward? Legal ba na manggagaling sa mga private individuals or it should come from government funds?
Wala namang distinction sa mga batas natin sa source, no? Sa source ng pera na magagamit bilang pabuya. At kumbaga ang mga pribadong mamamayan, may role din sila sa ating justice sector. Kumbaga may 5 pillars of the justice sector, no? Kasama dito ang law enforcers, ang prosecution, ang korte, ang mga kulungan, at kasama din ang komunidad. At nasa interest din ng ating mga mamamayan na maipatupad ang ating mga criminal laws. So para sa amin sa Department of Justice, wala pong masama kung magaling sa mga pribadong individual ang salapi na gagamitin para sa pabuya.
Thank you. Attorney Torion, you're raising your hand?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to politely respond to the statements made by Secretary Abalos, Your Honor, as well as Undersecretary Felix T. that this is not disallowed. In effect, this is legal. With due respect, I disagree because the provision of Section 7D of Republic Act 6713 is very clear, Your Honor, with due respect to our Honorable Secretary. And that during the press conference, he clearly said that there is this reward, implying implanting into the minds of the people that he already received it. But he clarified it today that he did not receive the award yet. But if we read the law, Your Honor, the clear letters of the law state public officials and employees shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly. So even indirect acceptance, therefore, Your Honor, is covered within the great prohibition under Section 7D. And what are those disallowed to be indirectly accepted or solicited? Any gift, gratuity, favor, Your Honor, entertainment, loan, or anything of monetary value. The fact that the Secretary, Your Honor, entertain the reward is in effect an indirect favor that he granted upon the person unidentified to put up this award. And this is even made graver, Your Honor, in the light of the fact that this was done in the course of his official duty as the supposed implementer of the law, or in connection with any operation being regulated by or any transaction which may be affected by the functions of their office. He is the Secretary of Interior and Local Government who manages the entire gamut of government operations insofar as law enforcement is concerned. Therefore, he should have high moral as well as legal ethics to refuse such favor, Your Honor, directly or indirectly, because public office is a public trust. Any air of suspicion must be prevented, Your Honor, to be accorded to him. So therefore, if we read cases regarding the Villanueva case, Office of the Ombudsman versus Maria Rowena Regalado, Your Honor, it is very clear that any air of suspicion, if you are a public officer, especially in the case of Secretary Abalos, who heads the PNP, Your Honor, he has direct administrative supervision over the PNP. He commands them, Your Honor. Then he should have exercised that becoming modesty to entertain directly or indirectly any favor from any person, because that would cast aspersion insofar as his reputation. It is illegal under the law, Your Honor. That is being said with due respect, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney. Before I recognize Secretary Abalos, pakibasa nga ulit yun, yung sinabi mo kayo na gratuity favor.
Public officials shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly. Yung word na indirectly eh.
Okay, so
Yung
ano yun?
sasabit eh. Oh, any gift,
Gift,
gratuity, favor,
gratuity, favor,
favor, entertainment,
entertainment.
loan, or anything of monetary value. An award has a monetary value. Then he is prohibited from entertaining that directly or indirectly because it has monetary value, especially in this situation, Your Honor, that it is in the course of his official duty. That is Section 7D, Your Honor, or in connection with any operation being regulated by or any transaction which may be affected by the functions of their office. He is supposed to implement the law. Now, he has already invited reward hunters, if you don't want to call it bounty hunters, Your Honor, to go after Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy, even if our motion for reconsideration with the Department of Justice is still sitting, Your Honor. Even if the Department of Justice has not acted upon the case for 4 years, Your Honor, and all of a sudden, it was resolved in the height of the Senate investigation by Senator Hontiveros, Your Honor. And there is now a warrant of arrest, and we are still questioning the validity of the warrant of arrest, Your Honor. And now, the good secretary is offering the reward from private persons. Note, Your Honor, that PNP did not even offer an award. Why, Your Honor? Because they have their own NAPOLCO memorandum circulars as to what are the requisites before you can put up an award. That is NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular 2019 as amended by NAPOLCOM Circular number 2021, Your Honor. That's 063. So therefore, Your Honor, the NAPOLCOM is governed, Your Honor, by certain rules as to when you can offer a reward. Yet, the Secretary of Interior and Local Government is all of a sudden is entertaining and is even announcing to the whole world this reward system which is not in accordance with the NAPOLCOM circular, Your Honor.
Thank you, thank you. You may respond, Secretary Abalos.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Unang-una, sana napakinggan ni Attorney Torion.
Nakikinig po ako.
Yes,
Yes.
dapat lang makinig ka. Ngayon, number 1, ako po ay hindi nag-solicit. Never ako nag-solicit. At hanggang ngayon, wala ako natatanggap ni 5. Wala. Hanggang ngayon po, Mr. Chair. Pangalawa, napakaklaro ng sinabi ng Department of Justice. Andito ngayon ang DOJ. Pagdating sa batas, dapat tignan natin ang sinasabi ng Department of Justice at klarong-klaro ang sinasabi ni Yusek Nicolas Felix T. tungkol dito. At pangatlo, sabihin na natin yung sinasabi ninyo, matagal, etc., etc. Kaya naman tumagal to, hindi siya sumusuko eh. Di pasukuin nyo si Pastor Kibuloy. Kaya nga nagkaroon tuloy ng warrant of arrest eh. Matitigil lamang to kung siya'y harapin niya ito at sinasabi nyo naman kanina, hindi ko naman sinasabi, klaro naman sinabi ko, he is deemed to be innocent until his guilt is proven. No? So dapat lamang ito, no? So yun naman po ang aking sagot. And let it be on record na yun po ang posisyon ko rito. Thank you so much,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Chair.
Just a quick
Thank you, Senator, Secretary Abalos. You may respond, Attorney Torion.
with due respect to Secretary Abalos, the problem with this explanation is not it only covers one half of the law. What is prohibited, Your Honor, is that public officials and employees shall not solicit or accept directly or indirectly. The fact that he announced it, Your Honor, even if we say that he did not physically accept the money, but offering the word is already an indirect acceptance of that favor, Your Honor. So therefore, it is covered by the law. And being a high officer of the government, he should have exercised the becoming modesty. Pare, baka bawal ito kasi public official. Baka may kontrata ka sa akin. Baka sasabihin, tatakbo ako ng senador. Baka sasabihin na magsusuporta ka sa akin kasi may kontrata ka sa akin. All of these are being covered within our rules, especially in the light of the fact that Section 3C of RA 3019 likewise prohibits this, Your Honor. That is our only concern here, especially in the light of the fact that we are even questioning the finding of probable cause. The motion for reconsideration, Your Honor, is still pending with the Department of Justice even until now. Yet they allowed the warrant of arrest to be issued. They allowed harassment in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ structures every day, Your Honor, where policemen would be jogging at 5 o'clock in the morning, full of with full battle gear, Your Honor, only clearly to show that they are harassing our members. That is our point, Your Honor.
Thank you, Attorney Torion. Yusek T, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Nais lang namin sumagot dun sa dalawang sinabi ni Attorney Torion. Unang-una tungkol dun sa RA 6713 na sinasabi niya linabag ni Secretary Abalos. Maliwanag naman sa ang pabuya, ang pera, ang salaping maaaring mabigay sa DILG, pinapalabas ni Attorney Torion na ito ay suhol. Hindi ito suhol. Maliwanag sa batas na ito ay magiging suhol kung binigay ito or inulit ito para sa isang pabor. Hindi man nagbibigay ng pabor si Secretary Abalos. Ginagawa lang niya ang kanyang tungkulin, ang aming tungkulin na may patupad ng ating mga batas. Ang pangalawang gusto naming sagutin ay ang pagsabi niya. Ang sinabi niya ng DOJ daw ay nagkamali dahil hindi namin na-actionan agad ang appeal laban kay Pastor Kibuloy. Itong issue na to, unang-una, nasa korte na to. Kumbaga, kung gagamitin natin yung sinabi ni Attorney Torion kanina, sub judice na ito. So, kumbaga, sinasabi niya na si Secretary Abalos linalabag ang sub judice rule, ngayon, ginagawa din niya. At bukod doon, ang korte mismo ang nag-issue ng warrant of arrest laban kay Pastor Kibuloy. So, ibig sabihin, para sa korte, may ebidensya at walang mali ginawang ang DOJ doon sa pagdesisyon sa kaso ni Pastor Kibuloy. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
If I may, Your Honor,
Thank you, Attorney T. Yusek T.
with due respect po,
Attorney Torion, go ahead.
Undersecretary Te, wala po akong sinabing suhol. Ang sinabi ko dito, yung public official shall not solicit and accept directly or indirectly any gift, gratuity, or favor. Wala po akong sinabi. I just quoted the law as it is, Your Honor. And with due respect to Secretary Abalos, baka meron talaga sipyat po dito. No? Kasi nga, yung NAPOLCOM nga, meron nga silang clear parameters na-explain ko na last hearing po, yung NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular. Kaya siguro yung PNP hindi put up ng reward. Because if we will base it on their parameters, Your Honor, yung pinakamataas nga si Sahiron ay 6.7 million lang ata. Si Pastor Kibuloy, 10 million. Oo. So, even if we base it upon the parameters of the NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular, which actually has its own committee, Your Honor, committee on reward. No, they have their generals who will discuss these matters and apply the parameters before they would come up with the reward. They did not even put up that reward. Why? Because Pastor Apollo Kibuloy would not fit into the parameters set by the NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular. And then, sinabi ko na nagkamali ang DILG, hindi po ako nagsabing nagkamali. Although, nag-file kami ng motion for reconsideration po sa DILG kasi sa tingin po namin medyo kailangan po yun wastuhin. Pero yung sub judice rule, alam ko po na si Undersecretary alam niya na if you are only discussing as to what happened, as to the procedural incidents of the case, that's not sub judice. But if he has a jurisprudence, Supreme Court decisions which can enlighten me, I am willing to learn, Your Honor. But as of my reading, Your Honor, that is not sub judice. Sub judice happens when you now narrate the declarations of a particular person in his affidavit and ascribe it to be rightful, just like, with due respect to Secretary Abalos, just like what he did a few minutes ago. That's sub judice.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I just would like to state for the record that the sub judice rule does not apply in any legislative inquiry. It was already ruled by the Supreme Court. Kung kinakailangan namin yung mga impormasyon na yan galing sa ating mga resource person, sub judice rule does not apply according to the Supreme Court.
May tanong lang po ako sa ating mga kasama po sa KOJC. General, opo. Hindi po ba kayo nakaramdam ng parang medyo iba ang trato sa inyo ng batas?
Magandang araw po muli. Salamat po sa tanong, Senator Padilla. Mula-mula po talagang wala na po kaming nararamdamang batas. Lahat po kasi hindi na po nabigyan ng chance si Pastor, kami sa KOJC. Magmula po sa kaso ng una sa SMNI, wala na rin po. Puro naman po hindi naaayon sa batas yung paglilitis, yung pagkuklose ng SMNI. Ngayon kay Pastor po, sinabi na ni Pastor, si Pastor yung masunurin sa batas. Kasi nagtuturo siya ng mabuti sa amin. Hindi niya talaga to aatrasan. Hindi talaga. Kasi gusto niya talaga makakuha ng katotohanan. Kaso po, sa nangyayari po ngayon dito sa ating pamahalaan, wala po kasi kaming matanggap na yung parang justice, secretary. Kasi parang na-weaponize na po lahat ng agency sa DOJ, ang tagal ng kaso, binuhay, sineparate, dinagdagan, naging human trafficking na yung rape, naging may ngayon nga may amla na, may money laundering na freeze na yung mga assets namin. Lahat sa Kongreso, sa Senado, wala po talaga yun po yung nararamdaman namin ngayon. Kaya
Sana i-exempt mo itong committee na ito.
kaya nga, nagpapasalamat po talaga kami for the first time. Salamat, nakikinig naman ng lahat ng buong kingdom citizen dito sa Pilipinas, maging sa buong bansa, buong mundo. Nakikiisa sila sa amin ngayon sa pagharap, kahit nung first na nabigyan talaga kami ng boses sa unang pagkakataon lang po talaga ito na, ay salamat, meron pa pala talagang nakikinig at magbibigay sa atin ng pagkakataon na maitama naman. Kaya papasalamat po talaga, malaki pong papasalamat namin Senator Robin in behalf sa lahat po ng KOJC. Ganun lang din po ang kanina naman talaga ang gusto lang naman namin malaman. So nag-uusap tayo ng batas kung reward ba o bounty. For the sake sa amin din 'yon. Biglang nagkaroon ng patong sa ulo si Pastor. Kaya sa amin na sino 'yon? Magtatanong talaga kami, bakit meron kaibigan ba namin, kilala ba namin o may kaaway ba si Pastor? Meron bang nagkaka-interest kay Pastor na mawala siya? Ganon. Bakit may influence ba si Pastor? Anong bang interest nila kay Pastor? Bakit ganon na lang talaga sila atat na atat? Grabe sila kung mangharas. Bakit si Pastor, ang dami namang problema ng Pilipinas, ang dami namang kriminal, ang dami namang mga drug bust nila na ayaw ko kung totoo o hindi. Bakit wala po yan? Bakit si Pastor, yun po ang nararamdaman namin ng buong Kingdom Nation. Nananahimik kami. Sabi nila nananahimik ang pulis. Kami yung nananahimik. Wala ibang tinuturo si Pastor kundi pagmamahal, kaligtasan, pagtulong, nation building ever since yun talagang advokasya ni Pastor Kibuloy. Bigla na lang nagkaganito pagkatapos sunod-sunod na po nung mawala po si sorry for the ano, pero nung matapos po yung ano ni PRRD, wala na po, naipit na po lahat talaga si Pastor, gipit na po si Pastor. So yun lang po ang gusto namin ipaabot sa lahat. Bakit po ganon? Kaya maraming salamat po in behalf po ng buong Kingdom of Jesus Christ, Senator Robin, Senator Bato, at sa lahat po ng, alam namin marami pa rin matitino, marami pa rin naman talaga mabubuti ang puso sa ating mga leaders, sa lahat ng mga namamahala. Kaya we are taking this chance, ang pagkakataon na masiayos po lahat. Sabi naman ni Pastor, ulitin ko lang, kasi hindi na namin kasama si Pastor, na haharap naman talaga siya kung ano yung korte. Yung natapos na kaso sa Davao, binuhay lang nila ulit sa DOJ, binuhay ulit nila sa Pasig at sa Quezon City, nahati pa. Haharap talaga si Pastor, wag lang po talaga yung ano, wag lang talaga makisawsaw, wag lang talaga makialam ang Amerika. Kung wala lang, dito lang talaga sa ating pamahalaan, dito lang talaga sa ating korte, makakaasa po talaga kayo na si Pastor, pero hindi po namin siya ngayon kasama, pero hopefully nakikinig si Pastor at malalaman din niya itong mga nangyayari, kaya maano po. Maraming salamat po.
Chairman,
Kaya pala kami ng sitwasyon ni Pastor, ha? Sa akin, harapin ko lahat ng kaso dito sa Pilipinas, wag lang ICC.
Correct. Wag lang
Diba? Huwag na
Sanyaga, di ba? Wag lang atin to.
kahit sinong korte dyan, file nyo dito, basta dito lang sa Pilipinas, wag lang ICC. Na walang
Yeah.
jurisdiction sa atin.
Tama
You
po.
have the floor, Senator Padilla.
may tanong lang po ako, follow up lang po din kay Attorney Israelito Turion. Attorney, kasi pag pinag-usapan po natin kasi ang batas, may kanya-kanya po yan. Na siyempre, interpretasyon, galing po sa naratibo po ninyo, sa naratibo din ng, siyempre, ng gobyerno. Kayo na po ang tatanungin ko, sa palagay niyo po, Attorney, ano po ang kulang doon sa sinasabing batas ng DOJ ni Yusek para ang mga tinatawag pong inakasuhan, yung mga accused, hindi naman parehas ng convicted? Meron po ba kayong nakikita o suggestion na pwede nating ilagay doon sa batas na yun?
Wala po akong nakikitang kulang po, Senator. Ang nakikita ko lang ay siguro I understand Yusekte. Trabaho niya yan. Baka with due respect, baka ganun din talaga yung pagtingin niya. Pero kung basahin po natin yung Villanueva versus People, Your Honor, which likewise involves a violation concerning Section 7D, Your Honor. Doon po ay parang opisyal po siya ng opisyal po siya ng gobyerno. Tapos, iniimbestagahan niya yung isang kooperatiba. Nagkuha siya ng loan. Oo. Iba naman yung transaction sa loan, pero sa same kooperatiba pa rin. Kinestyon po siya. Naging convicted po kasi according to the Supreme Court, para na po, hindi ko gagamitin yung memory ko. Baka magkamali pa ako at ako'y tao. Ang sabi po dito, the overarching policy objective of RA 6713 is to promote a high standard of ethics in public service. Accordingly, certain acts which violate these ethics, such as that provided under Section 7D, have been declared unlawful and accordingly classified as mala prohibita. Notably, RA 6713 exhorts that public officials and employees shall always uphold the public interest over and above personal interest. Thus, public officials do not enjoy the same autonomy as that of private individuals, and hence, usually normal transactions as that of obtaining loans, as in this case, come with necessary restrictions whereby personal interests take a backseat for the sake of preserving the pristine image and unqualified integrity of one's public office. Kaya nga po, dito, pag-ibahin po natin, kasi po si Secretary Abalos ay Secretary of Interior and Local Government. He is practically the alter ego of the President of the Republic of the Philippines. And therefore, high ethics would have reminded him of Section 7D of RA 6713, Your Honor, because the purpose of this is to promote a high standard of ethics in public service nga. So, kumbaga, in the performance of your duty, may mga taong magmamagandang loob na Secretary, bigyan natin ng ano yan, 10 million yan. Dapat, sana hindi yung in-entertain. Kaya baka yung tao na yun may ulterior motive against kay pastor. Note na may MR pa si pastor. Hindi pa siya konbiktado po. Baka naman meron yung kontrata yung tao na yun. Or meron yung pakay sa gobyerno. Kaya dapat iwasan yan kasi violation po yan sa batas. Walang kulang ang batas. Nandyan po yan.
You have the floor, Secretary Abalos, sir.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Gusto ko lang mag-comment dun sa Senate na kaso ni Atty. Torion, Filomena versus Villanueva versus People, June 10, 2019. Malaking pagkakaiba po ito. Misplaced po ang kanyang kinote. Bakit? Ito po ay may akusado na convict dahil siya'y kumuha ng personal na utang na loan from a cooperative despite being assistant director ng kooperatiba. Kaya ang sinasabi ng Korte Suprema, ang mga public officials shall always uphold public service over and above personal interest. Mr. Chair, wala akong interest dito. Hindi ko na makilala si Pastor Kibuloy. Nagkataon lamang na trabaho ng pulis na hanapin siya. Nakakagalitan na nga na hanapin lahat ng mga akusado eh. Ngayon, yung sa amount, pagpalagay natin, amount 10 million. Ito lang masasabi ko po. Walang kahalagahan, walang katapat na halaga ang puri ng isang bata. Kung totoo man ito, walang katapat na halaga yun. No? Kaya nga dapat dahil is still deemed to be innocent until he is proven guilty. Harapin na lang niya ito. No? At meron tayong ano po rito, meron po tayong proseso po rito. Ganun lang kasimple po ito eh. Bakit ba tayo nagkakagulo-gulo? Kasi ayun sumuko eh. Sumuko siya tapos po lahat na usapin na ito. Ganun lang po kasimple lang. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretary Abalos. Unahin mo natin si Mr.
Carlo Catil po,
Carlo
Your
Catil.
Honor, Minister po ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Maraming salamat
Yes.
po, Your Honor, sa pagkakataon pong ito. Hindi pa po lawyer, Your Honor, and Secretary Abalos is...
Pareho tayo.
Apo,
Pulis lang
si
ako,
Secretary
pulis.
Abalos po ay lawyer. Pero konti, balikan ko lang po konti yung sa opening statement niya. Maraming salamat po, Secretary Abalos, sa pagbabasa po ng testimonya ni alias Amanda na puro kasinungalingan. Hindi niyo po siya kilala, Your Honor. Kilala po namin kasi kasamahan po namin. At ayaw po namin ibulgar dito yung kabastusan at mga kasamaan na kababuyan na ginawa niya sa loob. Ayaw po namin kasi babae po siya. Okay? Kami po nakakalam niya. At nasa korte po yan. Alam ko po, bilang ordinaryong Pilipino, hindi po natin i-discuss po yan. Ito po, Attorney, Your Honor, and through Secretary Abalos, dito po tayo, kini-question po namin ang excessive pangaharas at panggigipit na ginagawa po ng kapulisan po under your supervision po. Wala po kayo doon during June 10 po at nandito po mga ground commanders, sila po ang nandun at kami po ang nandun. Alam po namin ano ang nangyari. And in your opening statement, sinusupervise nyo talaga sila. Now, kung sinusupervise nyo po sila, alam nyo ba po, Secretary Abalos, na excessive force, ilang batalyon, platoon, Region 10, 11, 12, 13 ang pinaldon in different compounds. Pangalawa po, may namatay po na 2 katutubong bilaan because of trauma. Alam niyo po ba yan? Because sa ginawa po ninyo na kahit hindi po included doon sa search po ng compound. Hindi po compound ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ yun. Yun po compound ng Bilaan tribe. Sinali po nila doon. Pag-search, tinutukan ng baril 4 a.m. in the morning. Pangatlo po, hundreds of children there sa aming compound were traumatized until now. Nagsisigaw nakakita ng pulis. May anak po ba kayo, Secretary Abalos? Nagsisigaw po, Your Honor.
You do not direct your question
Sorry po.
another resource person.
Yes
direct
po.
to the chairman.
Yes po. Sorry po, Your Chair. Your Honor po. Na-traumatize po. Nanginginig po, nagsisigaw every time makakita po ng police because po sa ginagawa na. I will correct po, Your Honor. Hindi po namin kini-question ang trabaho po nila. Ang kini-question po nila, how did they conduct the operation? Itong ginagawa po nila until now po, kinikasing na po kami dyan sa loob po ng compound. Sabi po ni Secretary Abalos, Your Honor po, Mr. Chair, according to him po, babagsak po daw ang Pilipinas pag hindi na gagawin ang trabaho nila. Hindi po. Babagsak po ang Pilipinas pag wala pong titindig sa katotohanan at marami pong takot laban po sa pang-aabuso po. Kaya po kami dito sa Kingdom of Jesus Christ, tatayuan po namin ito. Kahit po binigibit po yung boses namin, kahit po finifilter po ang lumalabas sa media. Hindi po kayo nakikita lumalabas sa media, kami lang po sa SMN, di ba? At sa social media. Maraming salamat po sa tumutulong po. Yan po ang tanong namin kay Secretary Abalos. Alam niyo po ba na excessive po yung ginawa po ninyo? Alam niyo po ba yung panghaharas na ginagawa po nila doon sa amin? Maraming salamat po.
Mr.
Thank you. You may respond, Secretary Abalos.
Yes, maraming salamat, Pastor. Aklaruhin ko lang.
Hindi po ako, Pastor. Tingnan minister po.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Minister. Okay. Unang-una, para lang maklaro po rito, under the law, I supervise. Pero with regards to operational control, wala po tayong kinalaman dyan. It's purely a police matter. Pagdating po sa babae niyan. Ngayon, ganito lang po yan. Maraming katanungan tungkol sa excessive force, etc. Alam naman po natin na si Pastor is a well-loved person sa lugar po ninyo. Alam po natin yan. No? And we respect your belief. Kanya-kanya po tayong respetuhan po dito. Pero of course, alam nyo, basta masyado marami, kuminsan yung emosyon might go in the way. Magpalagay natin ang napadalang pulis. No? Ito po yung pinaliwanag sa akin. Nagtanong ako after the operation. Madala natin dyan 20, 30. No? Tapos ando ng daming tao with so much emotions. Siguro hindi mo masabi kung anong mangyari. No? Hindi mo natin masabi. So the only way to do it is probably, sabi nga nila sa akin, is magdala tayo ng contingent to show force. Pero, ito po importante. Pero, importante ang maximum tolerance. Importante, huwag lumaban. Importante, huwag mamarel. Importante, huwag maluntok. Tanggapin lahat. Nakita nyo at higit sa lahat, huwag pumatay. Nakita nyo naman, winawater cannon ng pulis. Kitang-kita yan. Pero may dinimanda ba ang pulis? Wala po kami pinadimanda, Minister. Wala po. Naunawa po natin because let's face it, pagdating sa ganyang operation, it's height of emotions Nangyayari po iyan. No? Kaya importante po dito talaga ang maximum restraint. Hindi bale sa mga sinabi po ninyo, okay? No, we will take note of that. At maraming salamat, sinabi po ninyo yan para matignan din naman namin at maano po namin na Minister. Okay.
Thank you, Secretary Abalos.
Thank you po.
If you have observed, Secretary Abalos, during the last meeting, na-take up namin dito, na tila, ako, coming from me mismo as the chairman, I was the former chief of the Philippine National Police. Mahal ko itong mga police. Ako rin ay tubong Dabawinyo. Mahal ko itong mga taga-Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Taga-Davao ako, Dabawinyo ako. Kaya, I am caught in between. Kaya ngayon, nakikita ko talaga, pagdating ko sa Davao, last weekend, umuwi akong Davao. Pagbaba ko sa airport, dumiretso kagad kami palabas. Paglabas, sabi ko sa driver, huwag kang kumaliwa, kumanan ka, daanan natin yung Kingdom of Jesus Christ. Titingnan natin. On the way, ang daming checkpoint. Sabi ko, U-turn ka. Pagbalik, checkpoint na naman. Tinanong ko yung mga patrolman, Dong, is that face mask part of your uniform talaga? Wala namang COVID ngayon Bakit kayo lahat naka-face mask? Ano ba yan? Intimidating factor ba yan? Ginagawa ninyo? Ang patrolman, hindi makasagot-sagot. Sabi ko, alam ko you're just following orders. Part of your uniform ba talaga yan? Hindi makasagot yung patrolman. Anyway, sige lang. I will talk to your commanders. Kasi, ganito, Sir, DILJ, taga-Davao ako. Ramdam ko yung sentimento ng mga tao ng Davao. Right now, kahit na anong sabihin natin, talagang ang kanilang pagtingin sa pulis ay nagbago. Talagang imbis na matuwa, matagal nilang minahal ang pulis. Davao City Police Office, as I've said during the previous hearing, ilang taon yan, Hall of Famer, Best City Police Station of the Year. Dumating ang punto na hindi na yan pinapasama sa competition dahil palaging best, hindi na manalo yung ibang syudad. Ngayon, parang biglang bumaligtad yung pagtingin ng mga tao. Now, sabi ko, kayo, Colonel Marantan, you are the city director, you are trying to arrest 1 or 4 persons na ko-accuse ni Pastor Kibuloy. Siya lang hinahanap ninyo, di ba? But in doing so, you are alienating yourself from the rest of the community. Alam naman natin yung ating policing concept na The police is the community is the police. Dapat ang samahan natin dyan ay maganda. Pero ngayon, it pains me. I am a Davao City Police for the whole, for my whole life. Police ako ng Davao City, pero naramdaman ko talaga. Parang galit na yung mga tao doon sa kanilang local police. Kaya maganda na dito ngayon si Secretary Abalos. Because I was talking to General Torre, at luckily wala siya dito. At nagpaalam siya, may letter siya na hindi doon siya makarating because of a very important matter. Ngayon sir, ikaw na lang kausapin ko. Pwede bang mag-adjust tayo sa ating ginagawa sa Davao? I'm not trying to impede your operation against Pastor Kibuloy because that is perfectly legal, covered by warrant of arrest yan. Pero yung pag-antagonize, mga tao feeling harassed, every time na lang may makita sa checkpoint dito, checkpoint doon, na hindi mo lang makita yung nameplate, naka-mask na ganun. Very intimidating, sir. I tell you, police ako. But at the same time, I am local, I'm a Davao local. Alam ko yung nararamdaman ko. Kaya pwede ba tayo mag-adjust na para maging friendly naman yung police? We're not stopping your checkpoint operations. You can check out anytime you want, anywhere you want. But please, do it in a manner that you are not antagonizing the community. Yun lang pakiusap ko. I am a Davaoenyo. It pains me na ako, local police ako ng Davao. Tapos ganun, parang ang mga police na ang tinatakot na lang mga tao. Alam ko, police are you're just taking orders. Even General Torre is just taking orders. Even the Chief PNP is just taking orders. Ang sa akin lang is, ayusin natin. Dahil pag hindi natin ito na-address, darating ang punto na talagang baka mag-rebuild yung buong Davao City. Laban sa gobyerno. Laban sa PNP. Dahil ako mismo naramdaman ko eh. It pains me to see that yung matagal na namin na pinag-establish na relationship ng community at ng police ay ngayon biglang nasira. Yun lang sir, nakiusap lang ako sa inyo.
Mr. Chair.
Please adjust your operations in a manner na hindi antagonizing to the public.
Yeah.
Yun lang sir.
Mr. Chair, maraming salamat sa pagsabi po ninyo, no? And I will make sure, no? This is my own commitment, Mr. Chair. Mag-uusap po kami nila Colonel Hansel, nila RD Torre, and pupunta po ako doon. I will see it for myself, but I'll assure you this, no? Na lahat po ay magiging maayos po ang dapat ang samahan ng komunidad at ng pulis. Yun naman po ang layunin na bawat isa po rito, no? I will go there, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you sir. Alam ko you mean well as a Secretary of Local Government, Interior Local Government. Hawak mo yung kapulisan, hawak mo ang local government. And you've been a mayor. Alam mo naman siguro kung paano natin i-deal yung police pag ikaw ay local chief executive tapos parang binababoy ka na ng police para bang wala ng respeto sa'yo, talagang maramdaman mo talaga sir na iba na ito. Something must be wrong. Something is behind all this happening. So please, ayusin natin before this erupts. Sasabog ito pag hindi natin aksyonan. Dahil ang mga tao doon, galit na talaga. I'm just telling you as a resident of Davao City. Sinasabi ko na ito sa'yo, para maka-adjust kayo, sir. Yun lang. Hindi kami nakiusap na ihinto ninyo paghanap kay Pastor Kibuloy. Hindi kami nakiusap na ihinto nyo yung checkpoint operations nyo dyan. Dahil that would be to the benefit of everyone. Pag may checkpoint, tuwang-tuwa kami noon. Dahil safe tayo pag may checkpoint. Pero pag ngayon, pag may checkpoint, feeling intimidated mga tao, ano naman kaya mangyari? Nakamask na naman yung mga pulis. Walang, hindi makita yung mga pangalan. Kausapin mo, ayaw sumagot. I don't know how I think nasa iyo ang solusyon nito. Please act on this, sir. Yun lang ang hinintay natin.
Mr. Chair, I assure you that binibigay ko po ang pangako ko sa inyo at sa mga tiga Davao, no? Lahat po ito, yung mga protocols, yung mga walang mask, yung mga pangalan dapat nandyan, notifyan lahat kung ano nangyayari. Kasi kung hindi nila alam ng yung nangyayari, dyan nagsisimula yung suspetsahan Dapat alam nila bakit anong purpose po ito and we'll start this dialogue. I assure you that, Mr. Chair. I assure you that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Because alam ko, yung mga police na yun na gumagawa ng checkpoint, sama na sa kalooban nila dahil taga Davao rin sila Alam rin nila na ano feeling ng mga kapatid nila, ng mga parents nila sa mga ginagawa nila. They're not doing illegal, but they're just doing, to tell you frankly, improperly yung ginagawa nila. Bakit mag-checkpoint ka, palagi naka-mask, kailangan, tapos hindi makita yung pangalan? Yun lang sa akin. We must be friendly, Hansel. We must be friendly to the people. Kahit na hanapin mo si Pastor Kibuloy, I tell you, hindi kita harangin. Wala kami problema dyan. Do your job because it is your sworn duty. Gawin mo. But it is also your sworn duty to love the community. Am I correct? Ipakita mo. Mahalin mo yung taga Davao. Huwag mong kalabanin yung mga tao doon. You reach out. Yun lang ang pakiusap ko sa inyo. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I think the actions of the policemen speaks well of the result of the culmination of the Kadayawan ng Davao, Your Honor. In fact, the last Saturday and Sunday, there were no crimes listed. It was a zero.
I'm not referring to your ordinary duties, ordinary functions. Ang akin lang yung treatment ninyo ngayon dyan sa paghanap kay Pastor Kibuloy. I know, limitado yung papel mo dyan. Si RD mismo ang mga tao ni RD yung redeploy doon. So, yun lang. Just take and adjust. Adjust lang tayo. Tanggalin nyo yung nakamas. Kasi pangit talaga. Intimidating ang dating. Imbis na we should be friendly to the people.
Konting ano lang, Your Honor, konting consideration lang with the policemen. Kasi they've been there, exposed to the pollution of don't tell me that you don't tell me that reason. So ako alikabok. Nakamas kayo lahat nakamas palagi 24/7 pag nag-checkpoint. That's very, hindi ko matanggap yung rason mo na yan. Is it part of the uniform? No. Your Honor, I'm telling the truth, Your Honor. That's why I'm here. But wag mo akong sabihan. Nag-checkpoint rin ako ng yung dinaanan nyo ngayon, dinaanan ko rin yan. I'm just wondering bakit lahat ng police ay nakamas, which is very intimidating. Para sa akin lang ba? Para sa mga tao. Wag mong gawin rason yan. Don't tell me that reason na alikabok. Ang akin lang is, we must be friendly. Nakita nyo intimidating ang dating kapag palagi nakamas. Ano bang nakamas palagi, di ba? Yung mga may gagawing masama. Wala silang ginagawang masama. Pero ang dating, kasi palagi nagaganon, talagang intimidating sa tao. At kinausap pa, ayaw sumagot. Anyway, they were not your people. Mga tao yun ng region. Mga RMJ yun. Okay na yun.
Mr. Chair, I will assure you, mamaya nga po, I will talk with the chief and make sure bukas na bukas lahat po walang mask po yan, and to make sure yung protocols like the name ay properly mailagay po. I assure you that, Mr. Chair.
Yun lang
Yes,
pa sa atin, sir, para mapalagay yung mga tao. Yeah, you're saying something?
Yes po, kasi gusto lang, Mr. Chair, pwede po namin itanong, kayo na lang po magtanong kay Secretary Abalos kung sino po yung nag-alok sa kanya ng tumulong para mahuli si Pastor. Kasi yun na yung 10 million po, para malaman din po namin kung sino po ang nag-alok.
Okay, you want to
Yes,
respond,
Yes,
Secretary Abalos? Go ahead.
Minister ba ho? Ma'am? Minister? Executive Secretary. Okay. Sana maunawaan po ninyo, no, dahil nagbigay po kayo ng 20 million. Yung mga tao po ngayon ay natatakot for their safety, no? And it's